Um, a couple myths around these inquiry things. They say that uh, you can't remove inquiries from new accounts. That's not entirely true. It's not true. If you do it in a short span of time. If you do it quickly, you can do it. So this is one of my clients, and he's given me the ability to show what it is. Um, and I'm going to just go to a few different sources of information. What I would like to say first and foremost is you can always order your credit report for free at annualcreditreport.com. I believe myfico.com gives it for free. As you know, Experian gives it for free. Equifax gives it for free. That's once every 30 days. Experian, I think, is once a year for free. I could be wrong about that. And then TransUnion, if you go to it as a consumer, it will try to charge you $30 a month. But if you go to transunion.com/freeze, and you go through that, and I'll create a different video about it, that's how you get in to TransUnion for free. And you can check your credit there, I believe, updated every single day. Annual credit reports every 7 days. Don't know if I said that. So here for this guy, we've got his Experian account. And what I initially said was that new accounts can't be removed. What does that mean to a person that spells credit with 3 L's and 5 P's? It means if you recently applied for credit and you got an inquiry, we're going to use this account for an example. Green State Credit Union, which in Illinois pulls from TransUnion, gave him an inquiry on his TransUnion. He got approved for a $15,000 credit card. Shortly thereafter, we sent an FTC report, a dispute letter, a cover letter, and on that was his personal information like a social license and a proof of address. And we then were able to remove this inquiry because the account actually hadn't reported yet. He applied for this October 11th of 2022. It was gone like October 15th of 2022. It didn't actually report until November 13th as an account. So we might just need to learn different terminologies, the differences between account and inquiry. Obviously, an inquiry is a creditor authorizing access, or you authorizing access to a creditor for your credit report. An account is an actual active or open account, right? There's an account number. So here, if you would have disputed this November 15th, the credit bureau would say, well, what is the inquiry and what is the date as you're trying to dispute it, right? And you would say, oh, well, the date I got the inquiry is October 11th and the name is Green State Credit Union. They would look at the date, then they would go see the day that Green State, the account, was opened, which was October 11th, which is also the date of the inquiry. So now they can say, well, hey, actually, you have an open account on your credit report. You're smoked. Now you can take it further and say, well, that's not my account. But now you run the risk of them shutting down the account, which is probably a concept most of us are familiar with. I don't want them shutting down this 15K card. That's ridiculous. Right? And mind you, he was in position to obtain personal funding. Now, say for a reason you didn't want to get new accounts or you didn't want to reduce your history or average age, and you just wasted your time, basically, if you dispute this. So the first myth is that you can't remove new accounts. You can if you do it quickly. Okay. The second thing is they say you can't remove accounts that are currently reporting as open, which is what I just suggested. But even that's a myth with the context of you having gotten an inquiry in your business name. Check this out. If I, John Smith, walk into the bank and cosign or PG or authorize the bank to check my credit for my business and my business gets approved, that means the bank gave money to my business. The bank didn't give money to me. They might have used me to give them the money, but I myself did not get the money. Therefore, I can say, I don't know what this is. I didn't get any money from them. I could even go so far to say I didn't authorize that. I could say this is fraudulently misrepresenting me. I could say somebody stole my identity, because those are the terminologies they use synonymous to I did not receive anything from them. Okay? Auto loans are subject to this. If you were to go get an auto loan and they shop your credit report out, 17 banks might pull your credit. You didn't do business with 17 banks. You tried to do business with one. But 17 inquiries to the next bank when you go for funding looks like you got 17 loans, whether approved or not, for 17 cars. Does that make sense? Each inquiry looks like an account, even if it's not. And just a disclaimer, each inquiry can be anywhere from 2 to 5 points. The stronger your file, the more impactful the inquiries. Now, on the adverse, the stronger the file, the less banks care about your inquiries. Now that might sound convoluted or sound like it doesn't make sense. An inquiry for the normal person is 2 to 5 points, before a normal person being like a 650. In above average credit person with the 800, an inquiry might actually be 10, a 10-point ding. I don't know why that works like that. Okay, and not to mention a person with 3 inquiries that goes to Green State with the 650 might not get approved at all. But a person with the 800, and I think this man had 16 inquiries at the time on TransUnion, got approved as a soft pool. He got approved on a soft pool for $15K. It became a hard pool when he applied for another product, and the inquiry was good for 60 days. And he applied for a HELOC, a personal HELOC. Anyway, the process. What you need is the FTC report. Did I not open that up? I didn't open up the FTC report? Oh, I'm tripping. I could have sworn. Oh, I did. I did open it up. Okay. So let's restart this. Go into identitytheft.gov. Get started. I'm going to go fast because you don't need me to go slow, guys. Pause it or go back. I want to report another type of identity theft. This specifically is for credit card accounts. Continue. How was my information misused? To open a fraudulent credit card account, because that's the angle. We're going to ask for specific details. Continue. What company or bank issued the credit card? Now, this is where it gets fancy. You're going to want a company like this. And I will drop my link in the bio for you to go get your credit report. It costs $1 for 7 days. I get paid $30, but I don't care about making that money. I'm actually going to give you guys the link that will show you how to go create an affiliate so you guys can start making money as you network and find people that want to check their credit, because you can, present a whole new world to them. So, but you want this just to have it because it updates information in a way that Experian does not. This is a credit specialist type of service. And I'm already at 10 minutes. I don't want to take up too much time. So here I would go to my credit report. And forgive me for not going through these step by step. If you want more info, we can do that at a later time. I'm going to scroll all the way down to where the inquiries currently are. And from here, I am going to see the date of an inquiry and the name. One thing that I'm big on is understanding dialects. All of these different companies, Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, even though I'm using an example, They're all from Mexico. They don't all speak the same Spanish. Even though they're all from Haiti, they don't all speak what is that, Haitian? They're not all Haitian, right? They don't all speak the same language. They each have their own dialect. Okay, so in this example, Equifax spells or calls them Capital One without the space. That's important. TransUnion calls them Capital One with the space. Let's look at this here. This is the same inquiry, guys. Same inquiry here. This is a great example. Equifax calls them Capital One without the space. Experian calls them Cap One NA. TransUnion calls them Capital One. Don't call Experian and say, hey, I've got Capital One. They're probably not going to know what that is. They will as a generality, but you need to know what you're talking about and say it's Cap 1 NA, because again, the angle is I don't know what this is. So you're not reading that as Capital One on the phone with Experian. You're reading it like Cap 1 NA. Huh? 09, 03, 21. And yeah, no, not me. Not me at all. So here we are. What company or what you call it issued it? You know, Capital One, no spaces. Put it exactly as it's spelled. If it's caps, put it caps. Exactly as the date. So this date was November 4th, 2022. I'm not sure if you saw. Let me show you again. So we're up here with it. So Capital One for TransUnion, Capital One, either or, right? I'm moving fast because I'm already taking up a lot of time. November 2022. November 2022 is when the account was opened. It's not an account. No, you don't know the fraudulent amount charges. You don't know the account number. You really don't even got to put nothing there. And you would hit add another fraudulent credit card account if there were up to 5. You can do 5 on an FTC report. Continue. First, middle, last, United States, your primary phone number, which you must put, because if you don't put it, what will happen is they will automatically put, if you put a fluky number, a bouffale, a trash, a garbage throwaway number, what's going to happen is when you send this FTC report, they will put an extended fraud alert on your credit report. It's the only way to get the inquiries removed, though, guys. Cost of doing business. So that's not bad. You can call and remove the extended fraud alert, but they'll need to access the number that you have on file, which they automatically scan from this FTC report. And if you forget and don't remove it, when you go to the bank with that fraud alert, they will need to reach out to that phone number. So do not put a fake phone number or bouffale phone number on there. Your email address, confirm. All right, so the way this looks is this. Year of birth, put it. Oh, my back. You've lived at this address. They want to see more than 4 years. No, no. Mobile. Oh, what I didn't communicate to you guys in the beginning, do you know anything about this person? No. Is that I call the bureaus every single day. TransUnion and Equifax every single day. I could do this with my eyes closed. Company name, this is huge. It would be Capital One with the date, please. If you do not put the date, they might call it frivolous. Put the date. You can only have 3 of these boxes, but if you have 5 inquiries, how can you only have 3 boxes? You use the space bar, and then you would put JPMCB 11/04/2022. Next company, this company, this date, add company, that date, and then 07/15, and then the next company, and that company, add company. Okay, and then have you requested a fraud alert? Yes or no, up to you. It doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Have you contacted your local police department? No. Was your personal info exposed? I don't know. Has a debt collector contacted you? No. I do not recognize any of these inquiries. I know I misspelled recognize. any of these inquiries. These are clearly the result of fraud. Please help. It could, and scripts of this nature can be like, hey, I didn't authorize any of this. That's heavily used though. You could also say, I didn't consent or willfully oblige any creditor, that's bank talk, or bank to use or access my credit file, so on and so forth, right? Yada, yada, yada. Continue. This is how it drafts. Company organization, capital 1. This is how the inquiries look with the dates. Please excuse my laziness. I understand. Finalize. Do not submit an account. So yes, I moved fast, but while you're doing this, you move slow. Do not create an account. Oh, my computer's dying. Because if you do, now they have the saved FTC reports every time you file them. You want to file them as a quote unquote guest, right? You don't want them to save every time you go back and remove inquiries. Another tidbit, don't remove all your inquiries. Not all the time. It's not necessary. When you go for funding in 6 months and you have 30 new accounts but one inquiry, that's weird. You need to keep some of them on there, and only you will determine or define which or how many you need to keep. So this is an actual FTC report. Again, same basic information with his real information on there. Actual inquiry dates and creditor names by what I found on the My Score IQ or Identity IQ. And then the next part would be the dispute letter. And I think Mr. Roundtree said he would be opening the door on giving us some dispute letters. This is what mine look like. Name, their address regarding fraudulent inquiries. You would include the file number. You would, well, hold on. To whom it may concern, all of that information, all of these inquiries with their matching dates, all of this information, all of this, the social and the license are there. And I've also got a proof of address that matches the license. So it would go FTC report, dispute letter, and on top of those two, a cover letter, which would have these things here, as well as the bolded statement that the license and social are connected to the letter or attached. Also, you would have the file number of the FTC report, and you would also have the file number to TransUnion, or the file number to Equifax, whomever's dialect you're speaking. Okay. And that's it. Again, don't create an account. You don't need to. But that's how you send it. The last thing is there's different types of ways to send mail. You can send it through priority overnight mail, and that overnight mail costs like $30 per letter. If you're trying to move fast, do it like that. The second way is certified mail, which they can't give you any pushback because now it's proven that they received it. The third way is just regular mail, which I don't advise. I did do it like that for like 6 months though. Yeah, there's a lot of gems here. You might just want to, kind of schedule a walkthrough with me, and I won't charge you or nothing. I do charge people for it, but I ain't gonna charge you or nothing. It's against the rules of the group. With that being said, where's my recorder thing? Okay. If y'all have any questions, I'm gonna include an additional video that shows the links to the MyScore and how to become an affiliate with them if you so choose to do that, and then also links to all of the credit bureaus and how to get your free reports from them consistently so that you can have the most up-to-date information on your credit report without having to pay for it. Peace.